local homeowner says that he is simply outraged that squatters have taken over a house that he had planned to rent. He says they broke in and changed the locks. Channel 2 Action News tried to question two men going into the place, what they had to say in just a moment. And the home located on Ashton Oak Circle in DeKalb County. Channel 2's Tom Regan there live in the neighborhood with the homeowner's struggle.
Yeah, Justin, this homeowner told me that it's absolutely pathetic that these squatters seem to have more legal rights than he has. He says they broke into his home last week, changed the locks, and then showed police a phony lease.
Basically, these people came in Friday, broke in my house, had a U-Haul, moved all this stuff in.
Paul Callan says he was away caring for his sick wife when he swung by his vacant rental house. He discovered it was no longer vacant. He says at least 3 people are now living here illegally.
This is probably not the first time they've done this.
He told me he inherited the house from his beloved father who died of cancer 3 years ago. He spent thousands renovating the house himself as a rental property for government subsidized tenants. He put this ad online and is convinced that's how the squatters learned the property was vacant.
You didn't sign any lease with them.
No, and they had it on their phone, so she didn't even have like a actual lease
document.
Yeah, it was clearly like fake.
He called police and filed a complaint alleging use of a fraudulent lease, but police told him there was little they could do. In Georgia, police can't remove squatters. It's a civil matter.
So they're in here?
Yeah, they are in there.
No one came to the door. Later, I tried to speak with 2 men going into the house. They didn't have much to say.
So I spoke to the owner. He says that you moved in here illegally. You have no lease. You changed the locks, you broke in, and you have no lease. Do you have any comment about that? Do you have any comment? He says you're trespassing in his house.
Jesus is coming soon.
By the way, Georgia lawmakers are close to passing a new law that would allow police to arrest squatters for trespassing and make use of a fake lease a felony. Live in DeKalb County, Tom Regan, Channel 2 Action News.
Begin tonight with the Channel 2 Action News exclusive. We were with deputies today in DeKalb County as they evicted a group of suspected squatters from a home. The owner told us several people broke in last week, changed the locks while he was away caring for his sick wife. Channel 2's Tom Regan is live at Ashton Oak Circle in DeKalb County, where, Tom, I bet the homeowner is relieved to get his property back.
Oh, absolutely, Linda. Take a look over here. You can see the U-Haul there in front of the house. They are packing it with furniture and other belongings that are owned by the people who had been living in the house. Deputies moved in to evict them this afternoon, and the owner is glad to have his property back.
Deputies removed locks to gain entry to the house, whose owners said had been taken over by squatters who claimed to have a legitimate rental lease.
So I'm frustrated.
Paul Callens told me he inherited the home from his father when he died of cancer 2 years ago. He renovated it with his own hands and advertised it online for government subsidized tenants. He said he never signed a lease with those who entered his home without his permission and changed the locks. I tried to get an explanation from a man inside who wouldn't give his name.
The owner of this house says you all broke into his house illegally 9 days ago.
So check this out. I'm about to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
We rented this property.
He says you didn't rent it.
Well, I'm just telling you what we did. Okay. I don't know what what's going on or whatever.
He says there's no lease agreement, there's no rental agreement, nothing.
There is one on our end, there is one.
Okay, well, it's not on his end, and he owns the house.
All right, that's
so
cool.
I think he would know if he leased the house to someone.
It has to be a scam, sir.
The homeowner got an intruder affidavit authorizing the sheriff to remove someone living on property without the owner's permission. As movers were clearing out their belongings, he confronted the man.
Y'all broke in my house.
I totally understand how you feel about the situation. We didn't break into anything ourselves or anything.
And he wasn't buying the man's claim that he was conned by a phony real estate agent and lease.
I don't believe it. I'm very relieved. I hate that it happened, and I see they got a child, so that's unfortunate for a child to be in that situation.
Deputies didn't arrest anyone who had been living in the house. Georgia lawmakers are nearing passage of the law that would include criminal charges against people that move into homes without the owner's permission and present a phony lease. Live in DeKalb County, Tom Regan, Channel 2 Action News.
I hate to hear about a child in that situation too, Tom, but it's a good thing that the deputies and the sheriff were able to react to the homeowner's concerns. Thank you.
Good morning. Today is Wednesday. It is March 6th. The year is 2024. It is a beautiful, rain all day yesterday. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. I'm sitting here having a cup of coffee. Just got up. I know I've been missing action the past few days. I had to take a few days off. I had so much shit going on over at this damn house. Finishing up the kitchen in the basement. I had to make several trips to the countertop place I chose some countertops at and get that squared away. And at the same time, I'm dealing with a major roof leak, and we had to put this massive blue tarp over on this roof to those people because we knew it was going to be raining. Until I can get them over here to repair the roof, which we've worked all that out. And I'm just basically waiting for them to call me and say, "We ready?" So I can get the roof fixed and replaced. We replaced the entire roof, the whole roof, from the rooter to the tutor. Just like I said, fuck it. This is what these places. Don't buy a house. Don't you buy no damn house if you ain't got no money. You better have some money. I was not expecting to change this roof. However, when I purchased this house, I had an inspection done, and I sent several workers up on the roof to look around. I should have went up there myself and looked around. And I kept asking everybody, is the roof fine up there? And everybody said, it's good, Mr. Hampton, it's good. The roof fine. Roof wasn't fine. The inspector never said anything about the roof needing to be replaced when we purchased the house. And they did all the workers I had crawling around on the roof fixing things. Nobody ever said, well, you need to replace this. And then I got a water leak, and everybody, now all of a sudden it really needs to be replaced. I would have done that day one. Seriously, I would have replaced the roof on this house the first week I purchased this house, because the roof is very vital to keep water from getting inside the renovated home inside. I would have replaced this roof then. Not 2 years later, we trying to protect everything inside here with a blue tarp over the roof. Now we got to snatch all this shit down and replace it. I'm like, okay, I would have done that then. In 2 years, the roof deteriorated that fast? No. I had the wrong people up there milling around on that roof, and I should have replaced that roof day one. Like every house I've ever purchased, I've always started with the roof down, and I should have did that here. However, it will be resolved. It's very expensive. But anyway, Atlanta has a problem here with these people squatting in these houses. A lot of the housing market has exploded in price. Rent's high, houses are high. In Atlanta, there's a huge divide between people who have a ton of money and people who have zero money. Recently, every time I meet somebody here in Atlanta, I ask them where they're staying at. A lot of these guys are renting rooms and houses. When I first moved to Atlanta in 1989, many years ago, I didn't rent no damn apartment, no room, and no house. I rented me an apartment. But because rents are so high, a lot of people who are moving here, working jobs, just one guy working 2 jobs, and driving Uber, renting a room, can't afford an apartment. Myself personally, there's no way in hell I remain in a city where I have to work 2 jobs and drive for Uber, and I have a degree, but I'm stuck here in Atlanta renting a room. I get the fuck up out of Atlanta. Y'all know how I feel about this dreadful place. Leave. But unfortunately, some people can't get out of here. Everybody, Atlanta, we just love Atlanta. Oh, fuck Atlanta. It's a horrible place, especially if you ain't got no damn money. So back to these squatters. These people squatting these houses. They ain't got no damn money. They ain't got no damn money. They ain't got no place to live. They don't make 8 times the rent to get into these apartments. They can't get past the security checks. They can't get past this. They smell like weed. They look a mess. Them folks like, you can't stay here. A lot of places where you could go find a ghetto apartment and move in relatively easily. My sister had a love for ghetto apartments. I never understood it. Love them ghetto apartments. I said, why do you want to live over here in the ghetto? I like it over here. Well, all them ghetto apartments have been torn down, renovated, are sitting empty on their way to be renovated to be luxury apartments. A lot of apartments have been torn down in Atlanta, especially down in East Point, where they had a whole shitload of them damn raggedy ass apartments. A lot of that stuff has been, the city is going through gentrification. So that means a lot of people are scattering around here trying to find a place to live, and they're finding vacant homes and moving into them and squatting. And sometimes it's hard to get these people out of these homes after they've illegally moved into your property. Now, I've had a situation where somebody illegally moved into my house. I immediately put them out the very next day. I went over there, unlocked their door, and said, get your shit and get the fuck out of here. And now, we hauled their shit out of there. This is many years ago. But from what I understand, standing on the south side of town, there are a ton of people living in houses that they moved into in the middle of the night. They have illegally broken into change the locks, turn on utilities, and they're just sitting up in there. And Georgia now has had to change the law to work to get these people out of these houses. If you own real estate, I would tell anybody, if you own any type of real estate, do not let those homes sit vacant. Put somebody, anybody, somebody that you know in them houses to protect them. Seriously, when we started renovating, the last few years we renovated houses, I always had some guy in there with a bed, and he laid up there watching TV. I'd turn on the electric utilities, and if we had heat in there, I'd get him a window air conditioner. I always had somebody living in the houses. On my way over there, I pick up breakfast, man. Oh, man, thanks for breakfast, man. I appreciate this. I said, no, I appreciate you watching this old raggedy house. Seriously. So nobody will break in here and steal my shit. At nighttime, I lock his ass in there and go on my business and come back the next day. Oh, he getting up showering. I said, okay, you have a place to have that. When the next house going to be? I said, I got one right around the corner. As soon as we finish this, you going over there. If you in the housing game and this is what you do and you buying houses, you better stick a body in them damn houses. If you know like I know. And this was not a homeless man. This is a man who had a decent job. I gave him free rent. He had a gun. He had a gun, licensed gun on. He was protected. Now he'd be gone during the daytime working. At nighttime, he was in the house. I didn't lock him in. He had a key, of course. But he was there all night long watching that damn house because we had expensive shit in there. He went from house to house to house. That man, he must have saved a lot of money not paying no rent. He had child support payments. In the house, the room we set up, it was nice. He took his furniture. We moved to the next house. We had a couple of houses we had people living in like that. Couple houses. So, how do you get rid of the squatters? Throw their asses out. Now, y'all can sit back. I'm going to go file a police report. You go there, open up that door and say, you niggas get the fuck out of my damn house. That's what I did. Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all crazy people. There's another video I was going to show you all about a white family up in New York, and they going through something similar. Somebody broke into their house and squatting in the house and stuff. And they going through all this shit. I'm thinking, you white folks don't get it. And they going, throw them folks out your house and go about your damn business. But I may not be able to show that one because the story, this was the original, the way the video, the guy who, basically you just watch two videos where the guy found the people squatting in his house and he was able to get them out of his house. These squatters are something. Now, the crazy part is out here, where I live out here, there are a lot of vacant houses out here. These big, there's so many vacant houses out here. As I drive through neighborhoods, you can tell what house is vacant because the grass is kind of overgrown, or the house looks like it's in. On my street, there are at least three beautiful. When I say beautiful, they need to be totally renovated. You got to see the vision. 3 houses that are vacant that could be very beautiful. They've been vacant. I don't know how long these houses have been empty because I've been here 2 years now. But these houses need a lot of work though. One house, whew, boy, that house needs some work. But it's vacant, so I don't know why all these houses are sitting vacant. There are a lot of vacant houses in Smoke Rise. As you drive through these areas, but they all need work. They tore up from the floor up. Now, one good thing that's happening out here in Smoke Rise is as they renovate these houses, they sell them. Boom, boom, boom. As investors buy them and renovate them, they ain't cheap though. There was a house, there are a couple of houses that I've been looking at. I wasn't even buying them. I'm just kind of looking at the process. I'm not buying no more big ass houses in Smoke Rise. I learned my lesson with this raggedy one. These houses are a doozy on your wallet. But they're doing some spectacular renovations out here, and these houses are selling. Beautiful renovations. The housing market, even though interest rates are high, if you have a nicely done house in a good area, they will sell, especially if it's renovated. And if they're not renovated, well, there's a house, I take that back, there was a house that was $1 million, it was like 9 something, unrenovated. Big raggedy house, needed new windows, all the windows need to be replaced, needed a new roof, heating and air, the bathrooms needed to be gutted, the kitchen was non-existent. I mean, this big ass house and the kitchen was gone. I guess somebody had started work on it and said, shit, fuck this shit. They took the kitchen out of the damn house. I walked through that house. The backyard was beautiful. It had a swimming pool. It was just a gorgeous backyard. And it was just off subject for a minute. But what I was going to say about this house, that house was sold for $900,000, unrenovated. I was like, somebody bought that house. And they over there hammering away now, nailing the hammer. I said, okay, they over there working on that damn house. Well, the reason why these people are squatting, we know why. You got a lot of poverty here in America. A lot of poverty in these urban cities. And in many instances, like the guy who was staying in the houses for us as we were renovating them, he had child support payments and other bills due, so we gave him free rent because we wanted him in our house. He was a security guy, watching the house, a big guy. He didn't feel threatened going into his house at nighttime and staying there in these empty houses, So you got a lot of people who are working jobs, go to work, and they can't afford the rent. They can't afford the rent. We kind of some of us are thinking that these people are squatting these houses and they're not working. That could be the case. But I have a sneaky suspicion a lot of these people are going to work, working jobs, going to work, but they just they're not making any money. At these 9 to 5, these jobs don't pay shit in Atlanta. They don't pay anything. I don't know why I turned this heat on over here, because I'm over here burning up now. First it was cold here, now it's hot. I don't know why, a lot of these people are working these jobs and they're not making any money. Turn that heat down, turn that heat off. What's the temperature going to be today? Let me see something. I missed the weather report. Let's see. Today it's going to be in the 50s, damn the 60s today. But it's going to rain most of the day. I need to take these dogs out there with that sleep. There's a flash flood warning in DeKalb County. These are the conditions are expected to last to 9:30 a.m. I have a creek back here behind this house. I have to be there careful them dogs and run back there and get caught up in that damn water of that creek. Sometimes when it rains, that creek will go up 6 feet. Water be running all over the place. I go back there and look and say, damn, you can go whitewater rafting back there. I wouldn't do it. I can imagine seeing white folks in the summertime. They on right rafting down that damn creek. I don't know where that water going though. I have no idea where this water is going, because it's going that direction. Maybe go to the Yellow River or something. I don't know. I don't go nowhere near that water. It's filthy, nasty, runoff. Well, I feel sorry for a lot of these people who are in these homes squatting. Poverty is real in this country. And in Georgia, you get no help with nothing down here. And I feel, when I see so many people moving here, I think you all just don't know, you didn't jump from the pot right into the motherfucking fire. You get nothing in this state. Nothing. I met a guy a year and a half when I first bought this house. There was a contractor who was going to do some work on his house for me. And he was from Kentucky. He ended up having to go back to Kentucky because he said he couldn't get the help that he needed for the medical problem he was dealing with. And he had to go back to Kentucky because he said he was trying, and, in Kentucky where he lived, that he was able to get all the assistance he needed for this expensive medical problem. But here, they were giving him the runaround. They were putting him through all these hoops and issues. And I said, yeah, Georgia's just not very conducive to that type of stuff, especially if you don't have insurance. And he was trying to start a contracting company, an excellent contractor. I wanted him to do the work here, but he realized he wasn't going to be able to stay because he was having, so much difficulty getting his medications for whatever he was going through. And he came down here to work with this company. I saw some houses that he did beautiful work. I said, wow, it'd be really nice if I could work with him. I've been trying to get him back down here, but he said Georgia left such a bad taste in his mouth. Trying to get medicine that he needed, that he was able to get without going through, where he lived at. He said he had moved other places over the years and he was able to get what he needed, but here it was just a runaround. A bunch of lies. It's because they don't have Medicare here. Georgia is not a very kind state to people who have illnesses. If you come here with Georgia and you're going through a major illness, and you're from another state, even if you're from here, if you don't have insurance, you might be in trouble. I know you're going to be in trouble. Sometimes some of these people might have an illness or something that's squatting in these houses. We don't know, and I'm not making any excuse for these people to be illegally breaking into squatting these houses. But ultimately, housing needs to be provided for people who need assistance. And that's something that ain't happening here in Georgia and California either. Look at all them homeless people out there. You on your own out there in California. Well, I wanted to do a video about these squatting and they changing the law and just show some of the stuff. But there's another video I want to do about the story I just saw in Alabama. I'm going to do that, but I'm feeling like doing this video. So this is a quick little video. I mean, I ain't saw me in a few days. But I just wanted to do the video about the squat incident. And if you know anybody who has had a squat or have you had any squatters, if you're in real estate, try to put somebody in these houses to watch them while you're not there. Don't leave a house vacant, ever, if you know like I know. And this was years ago. We were back in the 90s and early 2000s. We had people sitting in houses. But anyway, I'm going to sit here and prepare this other video. I'm going to process this one. Today is Wednesday, March 6th. The year is 2024. Like I said, it's just a bad, horrible situation, and I'm not making any excuses for people to break into somebody's house because they've broken into houses and squatting in houses where people actually live in them who just on vacation and came back from vacation and said, how did people get into my house? So be careful. Folks crazy out there. I hate that to, kill somebody in your own damn house and they done broke in there and he laid up on your couch eating TV and changed the locks. And you're like, what the fuck? They've had a lot of squatting incidents just like this, where I know one woman, she's in the military or something, and she came back home and somebody changed the locks and living in her house. And she's like, how did he get in my house? Y'all better get some good alarm systems, secure your house. But speaking of such, get you some alarm systems, keep them alarm systems working. So you'll have cameras installed around your home. So you'll know what's going on when you're not there. But ultimately, it wouldn't be wise to leave your house vacant. Not this time. You get you a house sitter to sit in there and watch your house. Somebody who won't, who will watch your house when you get back there and say, okay, I'm out of here. See, thank you, girl. I'll pay you for watching my house. We all know somebody who can watch your damn house. If you don't, you better meet somebody. Like I said, today is Wednesday, March 6th. The year is 2024. I'm out of here and enjoy the rest of this beautiful Wednesday.